Bureau.
I'm the chief of the bureau. Yes.
And part of your duties is to oversee the conduct of investigation, correct?
Tama po.
You're also authorized to issue subpoenas for the production of witnesses and documents, correct?
Correct. Tama po.
Very well. Now, the NBI conducted an investigation following the November 23, 2024 press con, am I right?
I'm aware under the report that there was a subpoena issue,
Okay.
but I have no personal knowledge of the issuance.
Okay, we'll go there in a while. But this investigation was documented in the two affidavits of investigation, correct?
That's correct.
And did you read and understand these two affidavits of investigation?
I read the affidavit of investigation which was forwarded to the Department of Justice, which is dated February 11.
Okay. So, as part of that investigation, will you agree that individuals were subpoenaed?
There were individuals subpoenaed.
More or less 10
Your Honor,
subpoenas?
Your Honor, please.
Counsel for the panel of prosecutors. Rather, the lead prosecutor is recognized.
Your Honor, the witness was appointed as NBI Director only in February 2026. His testimony with respect to the first investigation will only be based on records.
Your
So
Honor.
if it will go into the detail of the investigation, I'm afraid, Your Honor, he is not competent as he has no personal knowledge about the first investigation, Your Honor.
To begin with, asked and answered, and the witness was about to answer if he knows, given that he is the superior, that he has kept himself abreast of what happened in his agency prior to his assumption in February of 2020.
Untakan mo yun. Sa atin lang.
10 subpoenas were issued, correct? If you know.
Well, I cannot count, but I know that their personality is subpoena.
Okay, very well. Now, these people were asked to appear before the NBI, correct?
Yes, that is the very purpose of the subpoena.
Now, these appearances were on various dates in November and December of 2024, correct? If you know.
I cannot recall exactly.
Now, if you know also, some appeared while some did not.
Yes, I was informed during the briefing.
All right. Now, for those who appeared, the NBI conducted interviews with them.
Yes,
All right. And minutes of these interviews were recorded, correct?
that is the standard procedure. So I suppose during that time it was recorded.
SOP. All right. So after the interviews, the interviewers were also NBI agents, executed affidavits. Is that also a part of the SOP?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. And the affidavits attested that interviews were conducted, correct?
Yes, it will be signed by the investigating officers and eventually signed by a superior officer.
Okay. Very clear so far. Now my question to you is this. Did you actually participate in these stages of the investigation?
That is very impossible because I'm not yet a director at that time.
Okay, that's okay. Are you aware that a subpoena was issued to VP Sara?
Yes, I was informed.
Did you sign that subpoena?
I was not
No.
there. I
All
cannot
right.
sign it.
Are you aware that the subpoena was issued to Dempsey Reyes of the Philippine Daily Inquirer?
I know that there are personalities of WINA who were present during the press conference on the November 23, but I cannot recall who are the personalities because I just went through to the affidavit of investigation.
Did you sign that subpoena for Dempsey Reyes?
That's impossible because
Okay.
I'm not that there.
That's okay. Now, are you aware also that a subpoena was issued to Red Mendoza of Manila Times? We can confront you with a hard copy if you just want to refer to it, but you can answer also. At any rate, we are showing the soft copies, Your Honor,
Your Honor, may I just...
for the benefit of this honorable court.
Assisting counsel may approach the witness. What is the pleasure of the lead prosecutor?
Your Honor, may just enter into the record that the witness already testified that he has no personal knowledge about the first investigation, and all his testimonies will be based only on the records existing in the NBI.
At any rate, Your Honor,
If he knows, witness will answer.
Your Honor, may we request also that those flashed in the big screen be explained by the defense counsel?
I already explained, Your Honor, we're confronting the witness with hard copies and the subpoenas, the soft copies thereof are displayed.
May we know, Your Honor, if these documents are pre-marked?
Well, it is part, Your Honor, of Articles of Impeachment, Annex G9, pages 159 onwards. So it is part of the records of this case. These
May
are
we
not
know
our
if they are
documents.
pre-marked?
Yes, we can mark it. And it was also pre-marked.
It is
But at any
pre-marked.
rate, Your Honor, these are not our documents. These are NBI documents, Your Honor.
No, the query is just if it's pre-marked, so that the senator judges can refer to it if at all when they
The marking is,
listen.
sorry, Your Honor, the marking is D-1-145, Your Honor.
Which document, counsel? Because I see 8 documents.
In succession, Your Honor.
In succession.
Those are all parts.
Counsel may proceed.
All right. Now,
Your Honor, may I be clarified only about the XX, which are superimposed on those documents on the screen?
Counsel for respondent will please reply.
Your Honor, it was based on the witness's own answer that he did not personally sign.
Nonetheless, it does not reflect the exact document referred to by the defense, Your Honor. And that should not be allowed, Your Honor, with all due respect.
It is just to illustrate, Your Honor, for the benefit of the senator judges, and as well as the public watching, so that they can also follow the
Lead prosecutor, we will allow it. So for the information of senator judges, the counsel for the respondent confronted the witness with respect to these affidavits that were part of the investigation conducted prior to his assumption as NBI director. And the witness simply stated that he has no personal knowledge with respect to the execution, or due execution rather, of these 2 affidavits thus far out of, I presume, 10.
May I comment, Your Honor?
The lead prosecutor may register her comment.
May I know what is wrong with just presenting the exact document instead of those which are marked with XX? Your Honor, I'm afraid it will give a wrong impression to the viewing public that those XX has something to do with inability, perhaps, or whatever impression it may give to the witness with respect to the to attending to the subpoena, Your Honor. May we just remove those XX? We don't mind if they flash the documents, but it should be an exact reflection of what the document is.
short rejoinder, Your Honor.
No need for a rejoinder. Court is ruled, and the court notes the observation, manifestation, and objection of the lead prosecutor. Again, I think it's quite plain that these are documents that the witness cannot or does not have personal knowledge about because he was not yet the NBI director. Counsel may proceed. Witness may answer.
All right, I'll move on. Are you aware that the subpoena was issued to Red Mendoza of Manila Times?
I'm aware that there is a subpoena, but on the actual issuance of the subpoena at that time, that will be impossible to be aware of because I'm no longer an I am not yet an NBI director.
So in short, he did not sign it.
I did not
Alright,
sign.
okay.
I think it was signed
that-
by Glenn Ricarte.
All right, that's enough. Okay. Now, are you aware also that the subpoena was issued to Bons Magsambol of Rappler?
Based on the affidavit of investigation, I think it was mentioned.
And did you sign that subpoena?
It is again signed by a certain Glenn Ricarte.
Are you aware that the subpoena was issued to Ana Rosario Malindog Uy, also of Manila Times?
Again, based on the investigation report.
And did you sign that subpoena?
No.
All right. Are you aware that the subpoena was issued to Jason Rubrico of SMNI?
Again, based on the investigation report.
Did you sign that subpoena?
Your Honor, may I respectfully interrupt?
Lead prosecutor is recognized.
The prosecution is willing to stipulate as to the issuance of this subpoena by the National Bureau of Investigation during the time that the witness is not yet appointed as the NBI director, Your Honor.
But that's not my question, Your Honor. Anyway, Your Honor.
Unless you're willing to stipulate, counsel, to abbreviate the proceedings, that insofar as the questions of the counsel for respondent is concerned, that for the remaining 4 subpoenas, that the same answer of the witness for the previous 6 ones will be the same.
We are willing to stipulate on that, Your Honor.
We are not willing to stipulate, Your Honor. We'll just ask for a ruling from the court.
In that case, witness may proceed. Witness may answer. Counsel will please proceed.
All right. Are you aware that the subpoena was issued again to Jason Rubrico of SNM9?
Same answer, Your
Okay,
Honor.
same answer. And you did not sign that subpoena for
I
Jason?
said same answer, Your Honor.
Are you aware that the subpoena was issued to Michael Flores of Reuters?
Same answer, Your Honor.
Your Honor, may we ask, Your Honor, that the lawyer of the the prosecution do not supply anything or make any comment near the witness because it may affect this.
You see, the assisting counsel may not supply any information to the witness other than merely observing the document being shown to him by assisting counsel for respondent. Counsel may proceed.
Mr. Presiding Officer, may I speak?
Yes, Director.
The counsel is not telling anything, but may I request not to cover me so that the people can see me?
Yes, that may be granted by the presiding
Thank
officer.
you, Your Honor.
Assisting counsel, kindly sit beside the assisting counsel stand beside the assisting counsel for the respondent. You may proceed, counsel,
All right.
for the respondent.
Are you aware that the subpoena was issued to Mikhail Flores of Reuters?
Same answer, Your
Same
Honor.
answer. You did not sign it. Okay. Are you aware that the subpoena was issued to Trixie Cruz Angeles?
Same answer.
And you did not sign it. Okay. Are you aware that the subpoena was issued to 2 OVP personnel? And did you sign the subpoenas?
Same answer.
Alright, so not a single one. Now, my next question to you is this. Did you oversee any interview that was conducted in the fact-finding investigation?
Your Honor, the question is vague.
If the witness is a lawyer and is competent to
Your
answer,
Honor.
if he knows, Your Honor.
Your Honor, during the direct, it was established that there were 2 investigations. The first investigation and the current investigation of the STF.
Then,
The defense need to specify which investigation is he referring
The
to.
affidavit,
Counsel will please clarify.
okay. Did you oversee an interview that was conducted in the investigation that was covered by the affidavit of investigation?
As mentioned in my testimony, I was appointed only on February 2026, and it's very unlikely to be part of the investigation prior to that.
Okay. So, are you aware that there were at least 4 interviews that were conducted?
Your Honor, asked and answered.
That is a different question.
Nonetheless,
Witness may answer.
I'm not aware because I'm not yet there.
Okay, so are you aware, let me be more specific, are you aware that an interview of Dempsey Reyes of PDI was conducted?
I'm not aware of that, but as reflected in the investigation report, it was there.
So in other words, you did not oversee that interview?
Yes, definitely.
Alright. Are you aware that there was an interview of Fred Mendoza of Manila Times?
Same answer, Your Honor.
Same answer. Are you aware that there was an interview of Bons Magsambol of Rappler?
Same answer.
Same answers. Did you oversee this interview?
Again, same answer.
Same answer. Okay. Did you see them sign any minutes of the meeting?
No.
No. Did you meet any one of these interviewees?
At
Before
that
or
time?
after? Before or after?
Who among the...
Among the interviewees that I
No.
mentioned? No. Did you meet any one of their lawyers?
No.
No. Alright. Now, were you even present at the NBI Cybercrime Division office at the time of these interviews?
That is impossible.
Alright. After the interviews, affidavits attesting to the interviews were executed, as you mentioned. Did you oversee the drafting of these affidavits by the NBI agents?
Again, very unlikely. I was not present.
Alright.
Your Honor, if I may interrupt, may I just enter a
The
continuing...
prosecutor may make a manifestation and or a continuing objection, as I presume she will.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm entering a continuing objection to the line of questions of the defense on the ground, as stated by the witness, he has no personal knowledge about the investigation conducted prior to his appointment in February 2026, Your Honor.
Just
That is
short
for the
rejoinder.
record.
The continuing objection is noted. Counsel for the respondent may proceed.
No need for that rejoinder. But were you present when the NBI agents subscribed and sworn to their affidavits?
I was not there.
You were not there. Still nothing. So, and since you did not actually participate, it means that you do not have personal knowledge of these stages of the investigation, correct?
During that time, yes, but as I mentioned earlier, I read the investigation report.
So your knowledge of the investigation was based on only of your reading.
That is absolutely correct. I'm upon the discussion of the investigating officers.
Very well. Now, were you present at the November 23, 2024 press con?
I was not present.
You were not
I was not
present.
participating on that.
And if you know, was any NBI agent present at the November 23, 2024 press con?
Not that I know.
None. All right. So in layman's terms, for the benefit of this honorable court and the Filipino people watching, and I'll phrase my question in Tagalog. So sa kabila po ng pagtestigo po ninyo ngayong araw, inaamin nyo ba na wala kayong personal na kaalaman sa nangyaring investigation starting November 23, 2024?
Malinaw naman po yun at ang korte po ay can take judicial notice of the fact na hindi pa po ako NBA director ng panahon na yun.
So you're confirming that you do not have personal knowledge because you were only appointed as NBA director a year later or on February 20,
Your Honor, ask and
2026,
answer
correct?
question.
I haven't even asked that question, Your Honor.
Kindly let counsel finish.
So again, I will repeat. So the reason for this is that because you became NBA director only a year later or on February 20, 2026, correct?
Tama po.
Alright, okay. So prior to February 20, 2026, you do not have any personal knowledge of any investigation, correct?
Nababasa ko lang po sa balita mga pangyayari.
Which is not personal knowledge, correct?
Well, yun lang po yung knowledge natin.
You're a lawyer, correct?
Tama po, 29 years.
29 years. Can you recall Rule 130, Section 22 of the Rules of Evidence?
Can you refresh me, sir?
Okay, I will
Because you have a
gladly
copy.
refresh you, of course. I have here a copy of Rule 130, Section 22 of the Rules of Evidence, and I'll read it. Please read with me, Director Matibag. Testimony confined to personal knowledge. A witness can testify only to those facts which he or she knows of his or her personal knowledge, that is, which are derived from his or her own perception. Can you recall that rule now?
Ayan po, nababasa ko po.
Okay, you can read it. Alright, so based on this rule, will you agree with me that a witness can only testify based on his personal knowledge?
Your Honor, may I comment to that?
These are basic questions, Your Honor. The witness is a lawyer, he is competent enough to answer.
Counsel, are you making an objection?
This is a comment, Your Honor. The witness repeatedly testified that he was appointed only in February 2026 and that all his testimonies pertaining to the first investigation are based on records, Your Honor. And this is allowed. As a matter of fact, under the rules, entries in official records are considered as prima facie evidence of the contents thereof. And thus, it's exactly the basis of the witness in answering the question of the defense. All his knowledge pertaining to the first investigation are based on records.
Short rejoinder, Your Honor.
No need, counsel. Distinguished lead prosecutor, the counsel for respondent did not object to the line of questioning of the lead prosecutor earlier, based exactly on the ground cited by the lead prosecutor. The presiding officer will give sufficient leeway to the counsel for respondent to establish his point. I think you also see what he is trying to establish. That's why he made a continuing objection in relation to it. I'll give you some leeway, counsel, but go to your next topic as soon as you're done with this.
Thank you, Your Honor. So, again, based on this rule, a witness can only testify based on his personal knowledge, correct?
Tama po, pero meron pong mga exceptions sa rule.
Alright, okay. If not based on personal knowledge, then that is hearsay, correct?
But it's not an absolute rule po dahil may exceptions nga po.
Okay, now, I'm trying to look for the Filipino term for hearsay. Ano ba yung hearsay sa Tagalog? Sabi-sabi or chismis? Is that a fair translation? What is a fair translation to you of hearsay?
Your Honor, the question of the defense is misleading. He never testified that that is hearsay.
No, I'm not
As a
asking.
matter of fact, he's trying to raise the exception to hearsay.
I'm not asking about the exceptions of hearsay. I'm asking a translation of hearsay. Anyway, I'll move on to...
If the witness knows, if he does not know, he may say so.
Hindi ko po alam kung anong translation dito sa Tagalog.
Okay, so I'll just use my own translation, chismis. Anyway, at any rate, kung wala kang personal knowledge, chismis lang yun, tama?
Hindi ko naman po naririnig sa korte. Ako'y nag-practice din, kahit netranasis sa Tagalog. Kahit minsan ko po, hindi ko po narinig ng hearsay ginamit ang salitang chismis.
Alright, I'll move on. Now, the main material that the NBI used in its investigation was the video of the November 23, 2024 press con, correct?
Tama po.
Did you watch that whole video yourself?
Napanood ko po.
The whole video?
Well, yung pong importanteng bagay dyan ang aking tinutukan pero napanood ko po.
Okay. Now let me ask you, do you confirm that in that virtual press con, VP Sara spoke about a lot of topics?
Tama po.
Alright, I'll show you a portion of that video, and then I'll ask questions thereafter. Now, Your Honor, we beg the indulgence of this honorable court. Again, this video is a little lengthy, but we will only show one video, Your Honor.
Counsel may proceed.
Pagpakain ninyo, busi, John, dito, sawa sa representative. Anak, at ang mamahaling wine.
Kamay lang ka. Kamay lang.
Yan. Yung taong bayan na pinamisan ninyo, 20 pesos rice. Yung taong bayan na hindi ninyo pinupuntahan sa mga komunidad nila, ano sabi nila?
Ano yan?
Ganyan ang bayan natin. Okay na lang kami sa asin. Sa kung pa nakahanap, bayan, na ang tao, because of their hopelessness, because there is no functioning government, okay na lang sa asin. Anong abogado si Terry Lopez eh. Kasi alam niya kung ano sasabihin niya doon sa mga
Your Honor, it appears that we're having technical difficulties. Can we just replay that part, Your Honor?
Tawagin yung cellphone. Sabihin mo,
Your Honor, may I make a manifestation first?
Can the tech kindly pause and rewind a bit with respect to the portion? Just a bit.
Your Honor, this is part of the question, Your Honor. Can we ask that the manifestation be made after the playing of this video and the asking of the appropriate question?
Your Honor, the manifestation concerns the very video that they are presenting.
We're already playing it, lead counsel. We will recognize you after the video is played. Kindly proceed with the playing of the video.
walang cellphone. Saan ka nakahanap? Papasok ka, nananghawin mo yung cellphone, dadalhin mo pa yung tao. Diba? Princess, you're raising your hand.
Kasi nalilis ka lang. Gusto nyo, dali.
Hello? Narinig po ba ako, Princess Maui? Oh, thank you. Good morning po, Madam Vice President. Thank you so much nga po pala sa dala niyong kopya nung hearing na pumunta kayo for PRRT. Kami yung nasa likod niyo po, yung tinawag nilang bastos kasi pumalakpa kami because of Congresswoman Cardema. Thank you, ma'am. Nakakain kami. Ako po ay natatakot kumain ng pagkain ng mga mamaya. Ma'am, mag-iingat po kayo.